when Prince Rainier III slipped a 10.47-carat Cartier diamond engagement ring onto Grace Kelly's finger before their 1956 wedding, the movie star turned princess forever became associated with jewelry. Princess Grace was the world's jewelry diva, surpassing her glitzy Hollywood peers. In addition to tiaras, she donned necklaces, rings, and brooches that were featured on fashion pages all over the world. She also added a touch of style to clip-on earrings, a simple pearl necklace, and brooches of poodles and chickens. However, Princess Grace of Monaco owned a spectacular tiara that could be worn three ways, drawing parallels to the late Queen Elizabeth II's famous wedding fringe diadem, which is worth millions. And that's what we are going to feature today, tiaras from Grace Kelly's bejeweled world. You will see different tiaras that were personally owned and loaned from her favorite Maison. And by the end, we will reveal the historical piece that belonged to Empress Josephine. Shall we start? How many tiaras were in possession of Grace Kelly as a Princess of Monaco? If you think there were plenty of them, we might say not so many. But her jewels were spectacular enough to raise a new trend. Princess Charlotte, the mother of Prince Rainier, did possess a number of striking items, including her Cartier pearl and diamond fringe tiaras. But they were private property that she reportedly didn't want to give to her new daughter-in-law. Grace was lucky enough to start her personal collection with a number of stunning jeweled wedding presents. Fortunately, the Société de Bains de Mer, the principality's largest employer, was as generous with jewelry as Prince Rainier. The Bains de Mer tiara. The renowned French jeweler Cartier was commissioned by the Société de Bains de Mer to create a tiara for the new princess that would incorporate the red and white, which are the national colors of Monaco. They created an incredibly adaptable piece with three main components that may be worn as brooches when disconnected. These components included cabochon rubies and round brilliant and baguette-cut diamonds. The stunning 49-carat rubies are set in gold and platinum. As it goes without saying, Grace loved the magnificent present and wore the tiara for her first official portrait as Her Serene Highness, Princess Grace of Monaco, as well as for her pre-wedding banquet. As already mentioned, the ruby and diamond insignia on the Bains de Mer tiara could be taken off and worn as a brooch. But if that wasn't impressive enough, the emblems can also be worn as pendants to make a spectacular necklace. Princess Grace would often wear the tiara during her early years to state events, such as when visiting the Vatican in 1957. Prince Rainier would next present Grace with a ruby and diamond ring and a set of drop earrings to make the ruby and diamond set. Throughout her life, she would wear the gems on many occasions, occasionally utilizing the brooches as jeweled hairpins or as a necklace. Although Princess Grace's two daughters, Princess Caroline and Princess Stephanie, have been photographed sporting this tiara in a brooch form, the headpiece in its original form has not been worn since her passing in 1982. Diamond festoon tiara. The diamond tiara, or the small diamond tiara, which debuted on Princess Grace shortly after her marriage, featured 42 baguette diamonds and 214 modern-cut diamonds in a festoon setting. With two bands in total, the diamonds create a sequence of graduating waves or festoons. Two vertical bands that are wrapped around the diamond base, and the waves separate each wave. The tiara's provenance is unfortunately unknown to us, nor who made it, when it was made, or how Princess Grace obtained it. Although she wore many expensive jewels during her lifetime, Princess Grace only owned two tiaras, the diamond tiara and the Bains de Mer tiara. Princess Grace's big, elaborate hairstyles made her even more renowned in the fashion circles. She tucked her tiara into her hair so that it was scarcely noticeable, as if she preferred complex hairstyles to extravagant jewelry. That appears to complement her timeless, sophisticated 1950s style. Princess Grace only once lent out her little diamond tiara because it was her most applied jewel. In 1978, Princess Caroline wore it to the ball the evening before she married Philippe Junot. Since Monaco's National Day in 1981, the little diamond tiara has not been worn again. Meanwhile, the jewel has been in innumerable international exhibitions after Grace's passing, and lots of jewelry enthusiasts and her admirers could see the piece. Now we can only hope that it will be seen again in the near future. However, on some portraits, we may spot one more festoon tiara, which seems to be very flexible, as Grace could easily place the headpiece around her highly arranged hairstyle. We do not know the origin of this enigmatic diadem, but we do know that Kelly's so-called diamond tiara started to emerge in her wardrobe soon after her marriage to Prince Rainier, so we can presume it was a bridal gift. Made of baguette diamonds and contemporary cut diamonds, the piece has 15 diamonds on the upper sparks, making them the focal point. What's interesting is that this particular tiara matches the diamond necklace we can see in dozens of captured images. Van Cleef Arpels Ruby Tiara. The stunning tiara, which is a component of a parure, was formerly adorned by Princess Grace of Monaco with earrings and a necklace made of rubies and diamonds that matched the clusters. She's thought to have borrowed the set from Van Cleef Arpels, who frequently provided her with jewelry. The famous Battle of Versailles fashion show, in which 5 French designers, Hubert de Givenchy, Emmanuel Ungaro, Pierre Cardin, and Marc Bohan for Christian Dior and Saint Laurent, faced off against 5 American designers, Stephen Burrows, Anne Klein, Bill Blass, Oscar de la Renta, and Halston, was the only event she was seen in this ruby tiara. But that's not only the one headpiece that made huge waves on Grace Kelly's royal fashion stage. Van Cleef Arpels Diamond Tiara. One more tiara from Van Cleef Arpels was provided to Princess Grace to wear at the wedding of her daughter Caroline to Philippe Junot in 1978. The tiara is made with pear-shaped diamonds, marquise-shaped diamonds, and round diamonds, a whopping 144 gems weighing 77 carats set in platinum. It was made by Van Cleef Arpels in 1976. It's not a surprise that the Maison would often provide and lend magnificent items to Grace Kelly, as she would make the tiara a symbol of true royalty. Many of her pendants were created by Van Cleef Arpels, who became the official jeweler of Monaco in 1955. The jewelry house also lent the piece to feature in the Disney movie Mirror, Mirror, where Lily Collins played Snow White along Julia Roberts. But there was an even more significant and mysterious loan we are going to see right now. Mysterious Napoleonic Diamond Tiara. Van Cleef Arpels owns a 1,040 diamond tiara mounted on yellow gold, totaling 260 carats, which is reputed to have belonged to Empress Josephine and which was worn by Princess Grace of Monaco in 1966 during the Century Ball in Monte Carlo. On top of an intricate hairstyle, Princess Grace of Monaco was seen on camera sporting a diamond tiara. The occasion was organized to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Monte Carlo, which fell during Napoleon III's and Empress Eugenie's reigns. As the subject of the event was the Second Empire, Princess Grace perfectly embraced the outrageous fashion of that era, adorning her gown with the enormous headdress. But is it indeed a tiara belonging to Empress Josephine? The estate of Violet Monde, Baroness Melchett, sold this tiara to the French jeweler Van Cleef Arpels in 1949. The wealthiest woman in Britain at the time was informed that it had once belonged to Angela Burdett Coutts' collection. Van Cleef Arpels made extensive use of it in their advertising campaigns during the 1960s, highlighting the fact that it was the tiara that Josephine had worn during her coronation. Over the years, the diamond tiara was frequently loaned to numerous socialites, including Rose Kennedy, Jill Corey, Nancy Berg, and Jane Anderson Dudley. In 1969, the tiara featured in a major Paris exhibition to mark the 200th anniversary of Napoleon's birth. And indeed, Cleef Arpels stated the piece was passed to Empress Eugenie, who sold it when she was in exile after the fall of the Second Empire in 1870. It is certain that this tiara did not exist in the inventory of Josephine's private jewels, but we are sure only of one thing. No matter which headpiece was given or loaned to Princess Grace, she always made it shine. And what do you think? Could this be the tiara that Empress Josephine wore to her coronation? As we are reaching the end of this video, we are grateful you have stayed with us till this moment. Do you have anything to say about Grace Kelly's jewelry choice and her royal style? Which tiara suits her charisma? Well, we believe her tiara legacy indeed represented her royal status, personal style, and even enduring love for her husband. As many jewels she got as a wedding gift, each tiara in her collection was carefully chosen to complement her image and enhance her natural beauty. If you liked the video, welcome to subscribe and leave your comments. Thank you.